Today, we're talking about you. Not just the surface level stuff, but the very blueprint of who you are. We're going to break down what self-identity really is, why it matters so much, and, most importantly, how you can start building a more authentic version of yourself, starting right now.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. Who are you, really? It sounds so simple, right? But it goes way deeper than your name or what you do for a living. It's about the very core of your being. Just take a second and really think about it.
The answer to that giant question, it's your self-identity. But here's the thing, and if you take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. Your identity isn't some hidden treasure you have to go out and discover. No, it's a blueprint that you get to design, and it's a structure that you build piece by piece for your entire life.
Okay, so if we're going to be the architects of our own identity, we first need to understand what we're working with. What exactly is self-identity? Let's get into the definition and the raw materials we'll be using.
So at its heart, self-identity is your unique sense of self. It's the sum of everything, your beliefs, your values, your behaviors, the whole shebang. But look at that last part. It's constantly evolving. That's absolutely key. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. And you know what? That's not a bug. It's a feature. It's how it's supposed to work.
Now, any big construction project needs materials, right? For building your identity, those materials are your personal attributes. Think of your personality, your core values, your passions, all of your past experiences. Every single one is like a brick that you use to build the structure of who you are.
But a pile of bricks is just a pile of bricks without some tools to shape them. And those tools, those are your capabilities. And we're not just talking about being book smart here. This is about creativity, how you communicate, and especially your emotional intelligence. These are the tools that let you navigate the world and constantly tweak and improve your own blueprint.
Now, to really get why building an authentic identity is so critical, we kind of need to look at the opposite, at its shadow self, the incredibly destructive nature of a false one.
And let's be really clear about this. A false identity isn't just about being misunderstood or having an off day. By its very nature, it's a conscious choice. It's an intentional act of deception, putting on a mask, projecting an image of someone you are not, usually to get something or maybe to run away from something.
And wow, this slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at the contrast. Living as your authentic self leads to growth, real connection, and trust. The false self, it's a dead end. It always leads to distrust, isolation, and maybe worst of all, it just eats away at your self-esteem. You just can't build a happy life on a foundation of lies. It's impossible.
Okay, so how do we start building that authentic self? How do we make sure we're on the right track? Well, we can turn to a really solid framework, a true blueprint for personal growth that you might have heard of, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
You've probably seen this pyramid before. Maslow's whole idea is that you build from the bottom up. You can't really focus on reaching your full potential, that top level of self-actualization, if the foundational layers aren't there first. You need to feel safe, you need to feel like you belong. It's a simple but really powerful idea. A solid foundation lets you build so much higher.
All right, once that foundation is in place, we can start sharpening our tools. So let's get down to brass tacks. How can you actively develop the capabilities that are going to help shape your identity?
This right here, this is your game plan. It all starts with being honest with yourself. What are your strengths and where could you improve? Then you set some goals and you practice. But check out those last 3 steps. Get feedback, find mentors, and just be persistent. They're a great reminder that growth doesn't happen in a vacuum, and it sure doesn't happen overnight. It's a cycle. You act, you reflect, and you adjust, over and over again.
And finally, we have to talk about the mortar, the stuff that holds all these bricks together. And that is self-confidence. Because without it, even the best materials and the fanciest tools are pretty much useless.
Self-confidence is the energy that powers this whole project. It's the fuel in the tank. It's what gives you the guts to take a risk, to set a goal that scares you a little, and to truly believe in your own blueprint. It's the engine that turns all that potential into reality.
And the best news of all is that confidence isn't something you're just born with. It's something you build. It starts with simple actions, communicating what you need, learning to say no to protect your own energy. It gets stronger with good habits, like self-care and, this is a big one, learning to see failure not as the end of the world, but as a lesson. All of these things feed into that final, crucial step, making the conscious choice to believe in yourself.
So as we've seen, Your identity isn't a fixed destination you arrive at one day. It's this dynamic, living structure that you are constantly building, renovating, and adding to. It is, without a doubt, your life's greatest project. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build next?